So, Jen and Yvonne, what cleaning products do you use? What is your cleaning routine and where can you buy bleach? Actually, a lot of people that follow us on Simple Germany have asked us this question and we've been hesitant to answer it, but today we're changing that. Everyone has a different preference when it comes to cleaning routine, cleaning products, and everything in between. This video is not meant to showcase what is the best way to clean in Germany. However, it is just to show what we use, our routine a little bit, and maybe you find a gem or two that you might be able to learn. Let's see.
The products that we will be showing can all be bought in the Drogeriemärkte in Germany. That's typically DM or Rossmann, Müller. Those are like the three biggest brands that at least we are aware of. You can also find a small selection of household cleaning products in supermarkets, and a few we actually purchase on Amazon. Let's start in the kitchen. And as a very typical dishwashing soap, we are using this one here. It's actually not about the brand at all. It's really more about the packaging design. Typically, you find in Germany all the ones that are like this and have a small squeezy on the top, and it becomes just a mess. So we discovered this once in a supermarket, loved it because it stays clean, haven't found it ever since again, and only found it on Amazon.
Yes, additional to that, whenever our stove gets super dirty after cooking, we use this scraper if there's any leftover food that we can scrape without hurting the stove cover top. And to remove the grease, we use this one from Frosch, which is amazing at taking off all the grease from the stove and any other areas. And of course, traditionally we use one of these to clean the rest and one of these to also wipe the rest and clean the dishes. And additional for cleaning the dishes, we have two products that help us a lot when it's about bottles. And one of them is this one, where we got from, I think I'm covering my face, where we got from DM, and this one, which we got from Aldi, and as you see, there's just different sizes, and it's very convenient to have them. Now, for cleaning the counters, we usually just use this one, also from Frosch, and it says there that is for the kitchen, so Kuchen, so that is Küchen. Otherwise, I said cake, I'm pretty sure, right? And this, we clean everything. We don't have anything specific or any product specific for the stove, or, I mean, for the oven or the refrigerator. Some people buy very specific products to clean the metal, how do you call it? Because it's stainless steel. We just use this one to clean it, and it's been working fine so far.
And if we have very hard kalk around the sink especially, then we actually just use a lemon, a real lemon, cut it in half and scrub with it, and then just clean after it with water and a dry cloth. For our dishwasher, we use these tabs. Actually, they're not tabs anymore. They are like liquid, well, soft squishy thingalingis. And that's just, I don't know why it's gotten this. Probably my mom uses it and I just copied her. And all our dishes turn out pretty clean.
Yes.
And throughout this research for the video, we actually asked ourselves, why don't we use salt for our dishwasher? We don't use salt at all. And we found the answer because on this packaging, it actually says that if your water density, like the hardness of the water, is less than 21 degrees, in German it's measured in degrees, then it's not necessary to use additional salt. And when we Googled water density in Düsseldorf, Wasserhärte Düsseldorf, it actually turns out we have 14.8 degrees. So we don't need additional salt. So we've been doing everything right.
Yes, but just additional, Yvonne keeps on saying salt, but what we mean is dishwasher salt.
Yes.
It's not just any ordinary salt that you put in the dishwasher if you need to.
Correct. Let's move on to the bathroom. And there we use different products for different areas. For the toilet, we use this, also from Frosch. We seem to like Frosch in most cases, not all of them.
Yes.
And this is specifically for the toilet. And it also has this nozzle, you squeeze it in there. And Jen loves it. Jen usually cleans the toilet.
Yes, and so I use this to scrub it off, and very important, I use gloves to not only not touch the chemicals, but the toilet elements per se. And this one smells very nice. However, my absolute favorite for the bathroom scenarios is what I call beef. And if Yvonne is going to say,
it's called biff.
I call it beefy, actually. And this one is amazing for taking out calc residues, for cleaning the metal parts of the toilet as well, for cleaning the toilet, the sink, the shower, everything. I love to use this almost on everything else on my face. No, probably not. Yeah, so this is an absolute must-have in our house. After I'm done cleaning the toilet, both with the Frosch lavender thingy and the beefy thingy, then I proceed to put a WC Ente, which is a toilet duck, if you translate it, on the toilet. This you just take off the top. There's usually a dispenser that this is attached to, and you just put one little tab, and then it just leaves the toilet smelling all nice and fresh.
And we prefer this over the usual hanging things because you don't have extra plastic in the toilet where all the stuff can get stuck on.
Yes, and cleaning that is not fun, or replacing the element inside of that, no. Now, to clean the mirrors in our house, we use this one, which I think we've had for so many years. I don't even know when we bought it.
I never bought it.
Ah, there you go. So it's lasted a lot.
It was in the old flat where we moved in 10 years ago from the previous tenant.
Yes.
And there was so much left that that's still what's left.
The important word here is Glasreiniger.
Yes.
That's the thing to clean mirrors. So we just spray some and then we use a microfiber towel to remove the excess, and it leaves it very nice and clean. Another tip that we have is, and actually we had some friends over, Mexican friends, and we gave them a tour from a new flat, and they were impressed on how clean our bathroom shower doors were, because they're made out of glass. And Yvonne actually is the one that does this, so she can share the hot tip there.
Well, it's again just the way that I grew up. We of course use the squeegee to clean the excess water on the glass, but not only that, we then also take another microfiber towel to wipe after the rest of the residue of the water, because the squeegee doesn't clean everything. And especially also use the microfiber towel to dry off the faucets and the finishings in the metal finishings in the shower. So again, you don't even give kalk the chance
to grow.
To grow, yeah.
And or to accumulate.
And it just looks prettier if it's all shiny.
Yeah, and you do that every time after the shower. It takes a minute and a half. I timed it once, and it's not much work, I would say. And there the water drops don't dry off, and it looks very nice and clean all the time. Another thing we use in the shower, and that's because we lose a lot of hair when we shower, it's the drainage might get clogged, and for that we use a plunger to take out the excess hair. Sometimes, very disgusting process, by the way, but anyways.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't happen very often. But of course we didn't go for a traditional plunger. Yvonne found this ridiculous thing on Amazon called Luigi plunger, and actually it's worked pretty well. I think it's 3D printed, but that is our plunger.
Yeah, it has a lot more sucking power, actually so much that I'm not daring to use it fully. But yeah, for whatever reason, I didn't want the traditional red one. That just doesn't look nice. And we got this beautiful monster.
Yeah, so that's very funny. You can get a plunger anywhere, both on Amazon or any...
DM Rossmann.
DM Rossmann as well, yeah.
Yeah, and you can laugh about Luigi.
Yes.
Our goal is to create the most accurate and detailed videos to help you settle into life in Germany, sponsor-free.
If you like the work that we do and you would like to support this channel financially, you can buy us a virtual coffee at simplegermany.com/coffee.
Thank you very much for your support, and let's continue with the video.
Now for the general house area. So we have two very different methods of cleaning the dust from surfaces. Mine is the best, of course, and that is that I use the Swiffer. The Swiffer is really like you buy this and then you buy these things that you can always replace and use new, and this catches the dust very well, but Yvonne tends to disagree.
Well, I like this for like uneven surfaces because then you get into little holes, but other than that, this I just think it gets the dust in the air, which I don't like. So I just use a Schwammtuch, like a cloth, make it wet and wipe it so this gets all dirty and the dust doesn't get back in the air.
It's fine, we get our house clean, and that's the important part. Additional to that, we have a vacuum cleaner, which I think is one of the most essential things to have in Germany. When we moved in together, Yvonne had a very old vacuum cleaner, which wasn't very nice to use, wasn't very efficient. And actually our very first expense together was to get a vacuum cleaner, and we went all out. We got a Dyson back in the day, 10 years ago.
Very sexy investment, yeah.
Yeah, and this was 10 years ago or so,
yeah.
Right? And it's still running strong, amazing quality, hasn't broken at all. 10 years, that is crazy. And it's fantastic to clean, super efficient, so highly recommend to invest in a good vacuum cleaner. In the current apartment where we live, we don't have parquet floor, which is very common in Germany, but it's kind of like a PVC kind of floor.
It's plastic pretty much.
It's plastic, so we don't necessarily mop after we vacuum. If there's any stains on the floor, we use one of these things and by hand just scrub it off. However, we know of other smoothlers who they have parquet and they buy specific products to mop afterwards to take care of that wood.
And then there's one more very special thing that I introduced Jen to.
Yes, which is
amazing.
And
I call it the magic sponge, but actually on the packaging nowadays it just says like dirt eraser, Schmutzradierer, and that is this. Mm-hmm. And this is it's very soft, it's very swishy. You make it wet just a little bit and then you can literally scrape any scratches of the walls as long as they're light and just based on dirt. So your white walls can stay white very long.
Yes, it's very important that you don't scrub super hard because this has it's like a little file kind of thing. So you need to scratch lightly and then magically the dirt comes off. So highly recommended. Now let's talk about electronics. To be very honest, I rarely take care of cleaning of our electronics. Every once in a while, if we need to clean our screen, we use this product, which we also bought I don't know how many years ago, and it's really just a spray bottle with I don't even know what.
A microfiber towel.
And a microfiber towel. I mean, I don't know what kind of cleaning thing is, but it cleans the screens very well. However, we have some other smoothlers who are very enthusiastic by cleaning their electronics, and they recommend to use isopropyl alcohol, which apparently is super popular to clean electronics. And according to this smoother who sent us a picture of what he uses, which you can see on the screen now, he says that he got that one from Amazon. However, from local friends, he've heard that you can also get it in any computer shop. And the benefit of this is that it removes any oil and fingerprints, and apparently it's wonders when cleaning electronics. Mind you, he has a 3D printing machine and he has a lot of other electronics. We only have 2 computers and a TV, I would say. Another question we get asked a lot is, where do you buy bleach? I know in a lot of cultures, mine included, like in Guatemala, bleach is a very important thing when cleaning a house. However, in Germany, it is not that common. I would say in the past 10 years that I've lived here, I have never used bleach at all to clean, which is super interesting. However, we know from a Brazilian smoothler that she found bleach, and apparently in the Brazilian community that's what she shares, right? This one brand called Danchlorix is apparently popular, and if you're looking for bleach, you have to use for the word
chlor.
You have to look for the word
chlor.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not a thing in Germany really, because it's just so aggressive and harsh, and I don't know, it's let's just say we try to avoid maximum chemicals in our cleaning process and be as natural as possible. I mean, possible, there's still obviously some chemicals involved, but bleach is just not one of them. It's just too harsh.
Interesting, right?
And when it comes to our clothes and doing laundry, we divide our clothes into 5 different buckets and actually just wash, of course, whenever one bucket is full. And if you'd like to know more about how we wash our clothes and why we separate them into 5 different buckets, then you can click on the video here on the left to watch the video about laundry. Until next time,
Tschüss!